Peace, family, peace, peace. Peace, love, light, and healing. Y'all climb on in. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Climb on in. So look, I've been getting a whole lot of inboxes, and people been asking me what's the importance of spiritual cleaning. You know, and I want to show y'all how it's very, very important. If you want to spiritually cleanse the body, you have to physically cleanse the body. So y'all climb on in. Peace, 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 love, light, and healing. Climb on in this deal. So what I want to do today, I want to show y'all the connection between physically cleansing the cells and spiritually cleansing the cells of the body. So today we're going to talk about meridian pathways, and we're going to talk about how your spiritual body is directly connected to the physical body, and in order to cleanse yourself spiritually, to get rid of trauma, to get rid of emotions, to get rid of past events, negative energy, to get rid of grudges, anything that you got held up in you that's stopping you from healing, you have to clean your body physically, because your body will not cleanse spiritually unless you cleanse it physically, and your body will not cleanse physically unless you cleanse it spiritually, because they're all scientifically connected, and I'm going to show y'all how they're connected today. So y'all climb on in. Peace, peace, peace to the gods. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling this morning? Right now I'm in Tampa Bay, right outside, sitting by the ocean. I'm in my car, but I'm right by the ocean. I was going to try to do it outside, but the wind blowing so hard, y'all wasn't going to be able to hear nothing I was saying. So, you know what I'm saying? But here go the ocean right here. If y'all can see, people out there getting on their jet skis, getting on their boats and things like that. I'm finna get out here and wiggle my toes in the sand and ground out, do a little earthing in a minute. Y'all climb on in. So what I want to show y'all is this. There is no difference between spiritually cleansing the body and physically cleansing the body. It's all the same thing, because the body and the spiritual body is interwoven into itself by way of the nervous system. So I tell y'all this all the time. Whenever you have an emotional experience, E stands for energy, motion is movement. Whenever you have energy in motion or energy in movement, this is a chemical reaction inside of the brain. I tell y'all that when you're feeling love is a chemical. It's a chemical hormone that's produced by the hypothalamus gland, that's produced by the thyroid gland, that's produced by your solar plex, and this love hormone is called oxytocin. When you in fight or flight, whenever you in fight or flight, or fear kick in and your reptilian brain kick in, this is called adrenaline. This is actually produced by your kidneys, or it's produced by your adrenal glands, which sits on top of the kidneys. Whenever you need excess amount of energy to be happy or to be surprised, you're experiencing something called epinephrine. You know, whenever you're angry and you're experiencing norepinephrine. Every different emotion and how you experience your reality is by way of a chemical that is being produced or being converted by a hormone. So whenever you have a bad traumatic experience, the body is going to recognize it as hormones. Even though you're getting a visualization of it, that feeling that you get is being stored up, and it's called cellular memory. So that vision that you get, this cellular memory, is literally getting stuck inside of cells, or getting stuck inside of meridian pathways inside the body. So say if you got touched when you were younger, and I'm just using this as an example, anybody that have been touched on when they were younger, may the Most High go and kill whoever put their hands on you, whoever touched your private parts. You know what I'm saying? We don't play that bullshit at all. That is very, very looked down upon. You see what I'm saying? But let's just use this as an example. If you was molested as a child, you never forgot that experience. Not only is that memory still there, but the actual chemical compound and the chemical factor that was released during that experience is still stored up inside of your cells due to cellular memory. It's still stored up inside of different meridian pathways. If you got into a fight while you were younger, if you witnessed your mother being abused, if you witnessed death when you were younger, not only is that memory still stored up, and memory is not only stored up inside the brain, memory is stored up inside of every single cell of the body. And if y'all can Google this on your own, it's been people that died and had got transplants where they gave people their organs. When they did heart transplants, they did certain type of kidneys transplants, they even did lung transplants, and the memory and the life that the donor had before he died, now all of a sudden the person that received the organs have taken on those very memories, have taken on those very talents. It was a white KKK member. He ended up receiving a heart transplant, and the heart that he got was from a 16-year-old black boy that got on a motorcycle accident, right? A motorcycle accident. Well, Well, the black boy loved hip hop. So all of a sudden he get a heart transplant and it goes to this KKK member. All of a sudden this KKK member started loving rap music out of nowhere, and he didn't understand why. Well, they did the scientific research and analysis on it. It's because the memory of that 16-year-old boy that died in that motorcycle accident, all of those memory of him loving hip hop, all of those memory of him being a rapper was stored inside the tissues and the cells of his heart. So when the heart got transferred over to the KKK member, to the white man, he automatically started associating with himself and loving music, loving hip hop. Why is that? It's a reason why I'm talking about this. And the reason why I'm talking about this is it shows you that your cells holds information, and your cells have their own memory glands. You see that? Your cells memorize things. It's called cellular memory. So whenever you go through traumatic experience, or you have a bad negative reaction to your environment, whether it be an argument, whether it be you holding a grudge, whether it be in somebody holding you owing you money, whether it be some sexual things that happen in your life, whether it be you getting robbed, you getting jumped, all these things commits or produces a chemical reaction in your bloodstream. The bloodstream then moves all throughout your body. Literally 8 liters of blood is filtered and processed by your kidneys every day. So all of these different energy and motions produces things like neuroepinephrine, oxytocin, epinephrine, all types of different types of chemicals. And then your bloodstream takes these things and move it through each and every individual 150 trillion cells in your body before it goes to the kidneys. Now, why is this important? Because the kidneys is the seat of your ancestors. Let me say that again. The kidneys is the seat. Seat means something to sit on of your ancestors. Now, why do you have to cleanse the body physically? To make sure you cleansing your body emotionally and spiritually? Because all these spiritual components by way of hormones have been blocked and trapped by minerals inside of your body by way of the kidneys. The kidneys have something called nephrons. Each kidneys hold 1 million nephrons. And these nephrons or glandular or gland. These things literally supposed to filtrate all of the emotions, all of the metabolic waste, all of different minerals. It does your water retention, the balance. Somebody keep calling me. The balance between salt and water, all this is by way of the kidneys. So whenever you have a traumatic experience in your life, whenever you have a negative reaction to your reality, whether it's mentally or physically, guess what's supposed to filter it out? The kidneys. Now, why is this important? Why is the kidneys important? Because the kidneys, what sit on top of the kidneys, are something called the adrenal glands. This is where you get systolic from and diastolic. Systolic is the top part of your kidneys. That's your adrenal glands. That's your top number, which is supposed to be 117 between 120. Diastolic is your kidneys. That's the below number. That's supposed to be between 70 and 80. That is your blood pressure. Now, why am I talking about this? Is because your kidneys and your adrenals is directly connected to your spirituality. Your kidneys and your adrenals is directly connected to the experience and all the chemical factors that go on in your body. The kidney and adrenals are your spiritual organs, y'all. They are your emotional organs. Don't let these people fool you. And we can measure or monitor your spirituality and your emotional impact on your life by getting you a renal metabolic panel and checking your kidneys. Your emotions is stored up in your kidneys. Your emotions is stored up in your adrenals. In the Bible, the word for kidney is called kilyah. Now, look, if you look up the actual definition for kidney in the Hebraic language, it means to the seat of your emotions. So your emotions are not in your head. Your emotions are in your bloodstream produced by your glandular highway, and it's supposed to be filtered out by way of the adrenals and the kidneys. But if these are meridian pathways are blocked up, like fear is blocked up, and fear have a direct correlation to the kidneys, it kills the kidneys. If fear is blocked up and adrenaline is blocked up and adrenochrome is blocked up, what it starts to do is it starts to become acidic to the body, and it starts to break down the cells. So the reason why you have to cleanse yourself physically is because when you cleanse yourself and you cleanse your lymphatic system and you open up these meridian pathways, you can now allow that blocked up energy, whether it's negative experience or positive experience, you can now allow it to flow. And what the kidneys would do, because each experience and each entity or thought have its own frequency. If it's a low vibrational frequencies, the nephrons in the kidneys will filter it out. It will turn to urea, and then you can literally urinate it out. You see that? Or if it's something positive, what will happen if these energies will go through the nephrons and then it'll go back into the bloodstream and you can experience that good memory again. You see that? But in order to truly cleanse out any negative experience in your life, you have to change your diet and you have to cleanse your body, because you can open up these different meridian pathways for this negative energy can flow freely and get broken down by the lymph nodes, and then go through his lymphocyte vessels and then get to the kidneys and be processed out or filtered out by way of the nephrons. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. And then I want to give y'all fruits, different types of meals that'll help you cleanse the negative experience that you didn't experience in your reality. Cleanse trauma, cleanse out being molested, cleanse out being robbed, cleansed out being shot, cleansed out being your mother left you and didn't love you enough. Cleanse out, if your father was not, able to be around or be inside the household. All these things have a major role and plays a major role in whether we're going to heal or not, because you cannot heal the physical body unless you're spiritually cleansed, and you cannot heal the spiritual body unless you're physically cleansed. They are one and the same. We do too much we spend too much time in research trying to separate the physical anatomy from the spiritual anatomy, when we are a spiritual physical people. In order for me to experience my reality, which is me, I am a spiritual being, but I'm projecting through this physiology. See, it's one and the same. It's one and the same. I can't separate me from my car, because my car cannot drive without me being on the driver's seat. So they're synonymously one in the same. It's all one. Everything is through Fibonacci sequence. Everything is through synchronicity. Everything is connected, whether it's spiritual or whether it's physical. If it don't mind, it don't matter. Mind is what produces matter. So if you want to cleanse your mind, you have to cleanse your physiology, y'all. And look, your mind is interwoven with its environment, and is interwoven with all different 150 trillion cells of your body. If I'm lying, then how can we explain me giving somebody my heart and my kidneys, and then once they get my heart and my kidneys, they take on the same lichens, the same diet, the same mindset that I had before, showing you that everything you remember is already interwoven into your cells. Memory is not just in your brain. Memory is in every 150 trillion cells in your body. So if you want to get rid of bad experiences, you have to detox. And the only way to spiritually detox is by physically detoxing. There is no difference. So that's why a lot of people are not healing from disease, because you're not healing the mind, because you haven't understood this concept yet. You see that? You haven't understood this concept yet. So yes, you were touched when you were younger. Yes, you were robbed when you were younger. Yes, you seen your father beat your mother down. Yes, you seen your mother play the whore throughout your child life. Yes, you had bad relationship experiences. Yes, you grew up in poverty. But you can let all of that bullshit go now if you cleanse the body and allow the meridian melanin pathways to open up to drain all of these different entities and intellectual, emotional properties out of the body by way of urea, through the urethra, by way of processing these things out through the kidneys. The kidneys are the seat to your ancestors. Now, I'm going to say it one more time, and then I'm going to explain why. The kidneys are your seat, or the seat to the ancestors. We are suffering from something called post-slavery traumatic syndrome, right? Post-slavery traumatic syndrome. And this shows you, they even did different type of researches, y'all, and y'all can quote this, and y'all can go look this stuff up. They did certain type of researches to the fake Jews, right? The fake white boy Jews over there in Israel pretending to be us. And what happened was, they are Germans. They're not real Israelites. They're Germans. But what happened from the Holocaust, they have traced back scientific database, and look, they got a $1 trillion bill passed for them for this. That their today's status of their mental illness is based off of what their ancestors went through when they went through the Holocaust. All right. Now, this just happened like 50 years ago. The Holocaust was way more than 50 years ago, but we still see that the Jews are suffering from the Holocaust that their ancestors went through. How is that possible? Because DNA is passed down by your ancestors. Cellular genes and information is passed down by your ancestors. Hold on. So my ancestors was ripped from the shores of Africa. Then my ancestors, the black Indians, not the Native American Indians, but black Indians that look just like you and I that were already in the Americas. They got snatched from here and sent to Portuguese and sent to every other thing. Look, there was 2 slave trades happening, y'all. There was a slave trade happening from Africa to America, and then to America, to the Portuguese, to the Congos, and to every different places. People don't want to talk about that. So the indigenous people that is of America are not Native American white Indians, y'all. Them are Negroes that look just like me and you. A lot of us was already in America before they started snatching us from Africa, bringing us here. Now, why I'm saying this is this. During slavery, y'all, we were hung from trees by our necks. They let the children watch this bullshit happen. We were tied to horses and they kicked the horse. Have you ever seen the Levite sign when the two jeans are ripped by the horse? Look, look, it's all in the symbolism, y'all. Look at the Levi sign. The Levi sign where the jeans are ripped by the horses. That's what they was doing to black men. They were tying our arms and our legs to horses, hitting the horses and ripping us apart. Look, the children of the village that were in slavery at that time experienced this thing. They were burning us alive, using us as firecrackers. The children alive at that time and the women and the men alive were seeing this thing. You don't think this was producing adrenochrome? This was producing adrenaline. This were producing all type of chemical factory, epinephrine, neuroepinephrine, and then inside of this slavery system, as we were getting beat, as we were getting put on fire, as they was breaking a buck, putting they short diseased penises in the butts of men, calling it breaking a buck, introducing homosexuality to our people. Literally raping husbands in front of their wives. That's what the white man was doing, y'all. All types of gruesome, gnarly, violent, high-style acts was happening to our people for 400 years. You don't think that shit directly connects to us? You don't think something was happening to the genes inside of our ancestors? And then at this time, we were repopulating? They had all types of breeding compounds. One man gave 1,000 seeds. Different type of women. He gave 1,000 children. You don't think that experiencing all of these things that happened to him, seeing his brother get shot in the head, seeing his wife get ripped to half, seeing all of his family members get ripped apart from him, seeing people get raped, seeing people get set on fire. You don't think when all of this adrenaline and all these emotions that got blocked up in him, you don't think when he ejaculated and released that sperm and made a baby that all of these things created and shaped and molded the baby? Huh? All of that traumatic experience is what made us. So y'all wonder why we fucked up. Y'all wonder why we killing each other. Y'all wonder why it's black on black violence. Y'all wonder why we don't know how to eat correctly. Y'all wonder why we mentally just stuck. Y'all wonder why we have self-hatred and hate the fuck out ourselves. Y'all wonder why we can look at another brother and be envious over him and be jealous and have murderous thoughts. Y'all wonder why grown men are touching on little girls. Grown men have masturbation problems, lust problems. Y'all wonder why we are emotionally and spiritually stuck and going nowhere. It's like a revolving fucking door. And y'all never think that this happened from the ancestors passing down all this traumatic trauma, violent, hostile cells into us and creating this new generation of so-called Negroes now. That's what happened. This is, look, yes, you sure right, the Willie Lynch letter, but let's take it farther. This is Willie Lynch biology. This is Willie Lynch biology, because this is directly affecting our cells. This is directly affecting our kidneys. This is directly affecting our adrenal glands. This is directly affecting the way we perceive and view reality by way of chemical hormones. Chemical hormones. Happiness is a chemical, y'all. Love is a chemical, y'all. Being angry, hating is a chemical. Holding grudges is a chemical. You cannot heal spiritually without cleansing physically. You cannot heal physically without cleansing spiritually. It's all one and the same. You see that? It is all one and the same. So fruits. Let's get into high frequency fruits that'll help you start cleansing this process. Seeded grapes. Concord grapes are globe grapes. That's the color of your blood. This will help cleanse that blood because life is in the blood. And all processes, whether it be chemical, whether it be hormonal, or whether it be just simple amino acid nucleotide peptides, all of these are distributed to each 150 trillion cells by way of the bloodstream. So we have to get into blood cleansing fruits and blood cleansing herbs and kidney and adrenal cleansing fruits and kidney and adrenal cleansing herbs, because this is the only way you can open up the meridian pathways to get all of this negative blocked up energy out of your body, for you can process them out through the kidneys, for you can get rid of all this bullshit that got you acting in reality and that got you stuck. We are a spiritual people and we're stuck, and we're stuck is because we're still stuck in an encapsulated time of history during slavery, because we still have them slavery cells embedded in us, because the slavery cells and genes is what makes us up. We have to process these things out of the body. I'm not trying to tell you to forget history, because that's how you know where you came from and how to know where you're going. You see that? So I'm not telling you forget it, but we must cleanse our bodies of it. We must cleanse our bodies of it. So grapes, globe grapes and concord grapes with seeds. This cleanses the blood and it opens up the kidneys, all right? And it hydrates the body and is very astringent. It opens up the meridian pathways and it get all of the metabolic toxic waste and all the spiritual and emotional energy and motion toxic waste out of the body, and you will urinate it out. That's why peeing and urinating is very important. You're not only urinating out metabolic albumin and all types of different types of phosphates that didn't take place in your body. You are literally pissing out traumatic experience. You are pissing out drama. You are pissing out bad relationships. You are urinating out being touched on as a child. That's why it's important that you drink a lot of water, for you can urinate, because you're not only filtering toxic waste, you're filtering metabolic energy as well, y'all. Not only the grapes though. Get into grapefruits. This is another astringent process. Key limes. Make sure when you wake up and you get your water, you cut up oranges, grapefruits, and key lime, and you sit it in your water for a few hours before you start drinking it. All these things start breaking up all that traumatic blockage that is blocking your cells from healing themselves, that is blocking your spirituality from expanding, that is keeping you locked down into religion and all types of other bullshit that was taught to us by man and not by God and nature. You see that? Your food your food is so important, because your food is information, and your food can truly heal and plumb and cleanse the body at the same time. You see that? Your kale is full of iron. Iron will help oxygen get through the blood to start giving oxygen to the cells, for the cells can start cleansing themselves. So make sure you eat your kale greens, your dinosaur kale, your dandelion greens. Make sure that you eat bananas to get your APT, for you can override the negative energy. And then you have burdock root that cleanses the blood. You see that? You have sarsaparilla, Jamaican sarsaparilla, that cleanses the blood. You see that? You have yellow dock root. These are the barbs family. That cleanses the blood. You have chaparral, which is a leaf of the chaparral plant. That cleanses the blood. You have guaco leaf. That cleanses the blood and cleanses the kidney and cleanses the skin and the lymphatic system. You have the duck flower, which is the duck that's a part of the guaco vine. That cleanses it as well. You see that? All of these different herbs and all these fruits that I'm mentioning will help cleanse the body. But guess what? That's going to further block up these pathways and keep you further in sickness, whether it's mental illness or physical illness. Your uric acid, which comes from your meat. You see that? Your wheat, or what we call bread, that got all that glucose and shit. I mean, that got all the gluten in it. Not glucose, because that's a sugar we need. Gluten in it, which act like a glue and clunks the cells together. Your breads and stuff. No, you don't need that. That is carbonic acid. That makes things all sticky inside the body, and now this energy cannot flow to get the things out of the body. You see that? Your milk, dairy products, which is the most mucus forming foods on planet Earth. If you want to block up some meridians and you don't want to be free, and you want to have your past experience and traumatizing you for the rest of your life, drink some dairy products and eat a steak, eat some meat. That shit will kill you. It will keep all these bad memories, all that anger locked into your cells. Get off the meat, y'all. Get off the dairy products, y'all. Get off the grains that got gluten in it, like your breads and stuff like that. You want some grains, and I wouldn't suggest you eat it every day anyway, because all of it is mucus forming. But get you some teff, get you some rye, get you some spelt. You see that? Get you some quinoa, some quinoa. These things are cool for the body, but even these things can damage the cells if you eat it too much, because we are naturally frugivores. When you look at the anatomy of our body, we assimilate to primates, y'all. You're supposed to be eating fruits. Fruits are full of genetic information, and fruits constantly cleanses the body, and fruits open up the melanin meridian pathways. That way you can drain all this traumatic, evil, fucked up experience that you done had being in this crazy white supremacist systematic racism environment. You don't think that that shit has a psychological trauma effect on your brain to watch the news and watch a fucking cave beast, a caveman put his knee on a neck brother and kill him, to watch certain stories about police hanging people in an investigation room, seeing your brothers and sisters getting murdered in the streets by these crooked white ass demonic cops? You don't think that that plays a mental role on your mind, that don't damage you? Cellularly, it does. You just have been so desensitized that you don't realize that it's fucking with your head, that it's messing with how you perceive reality, that it's messing with how you interact with your girlfriend and your boyfriend and your husband and wife and your relationship, and you wonder why y'all into it all the time. It's two mentally fucked up people trying to balance out reality when reality is working against us. We need to detox, family. You should be on a herb every day of your life, being in this fucked up environment. You should be on fruits and some alkaline every day of your life, living in this messed up environment. You should be cleansing every day of your life, because every day of your life living in this Babylonian construct that is against us and not for us. This is messing up our metabolic process. This is producing all types of acidic mucus forming waste inside of our bloodstream. Just living in this damn white man's world is fucking our bodies up. It's messing up our spirituality. It's messing up the way we perceive brothers and sisters. It's messing up the way we see our black goddesses and our black gods. It's messing the way up we look at and how we see what food is. We have to understand what's going on here. You are not just physical, black man, black woman. You are a god and a goddess. You are spiritual. You come from the spiritual etheric realm. So spiritual and etheric things, mental things, and psychological warfare have a physical effect on your body. Understand this, understand this, overstand this, God. Overstand this. You need to be taking care of your spiritual part, your spiritual body, more than you taking care of your physical body. You need to be taking care of your physical body more than you taking care of your damn vehicle in your house. You see that? It's priority. It's hierarchy here. First thing is the spiritual mind. Then we can worry about the body. If you heal your mind, the rest will follow. But you cannot heal your body without your spirituality being intact. You cannot heal your spiritual emotional body without your physical body being cleansed. All right. With that being said, I love y'all. I was going to answer some questions, but I got to get out here on this beach. My brother waiting on me. We finna get on some skis. I'm finna whoop his ass on these jet skis real quick. You know what I'm saying? I might record that. And then I got a meeting going on. Big things are popping off. People are being healed. Thousands are healed. HIV, sickle cell anemia, leukemia, so on and so forth. We got the healing testimonies in the diagnostic sheets to get it. Make sure y'all get on my website, www.YahkiAwakened.com. Get your herbs down. Cleanse that body. Cleanse your mind. We finna do a lot of more spiritual teachings. We're going to get into a lot of psychology and everything because I do all of that. With that being said, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace. Shalom, shalom.